So let's kind of just start now with the UI. At a glance, hopefully, first impressions, it's really easy, really simple to navigate, extremely visually appealing. We really want to set a new benchmark when it comes to usability. On the left-hand side, you'll notice there's some categories. We've tried to make these very sensible. So configure, explore, manage. There should be no doubt in the administrator's mind what they're doing in each of those categories or each of those sections. And then underneath that, we've also, and I think this is a really good idea, we've made it more outcome-based. So print security, reduce waste, easy printing. They're all around what are these options doing for you? Not just what are the options, what do they do for you? Because that's the point of Hive. The point of Hive is to make a difference. And so let's dive a little bit into the actual categories, and maybe let's just show you a couple things. There's a lot in here. I don't really have time to dive into every setting. I hope that this will just inspire you to try it for yourself. But for now, let's just dive in. So under print security, the way that we've kind of organized it is before printing, during printing, and after printing. Again, extremely easy to follow. If we were to open one of these, let's say secure print release, you'll see that we have easy to operate toggles, and then we have visual feedback to the administrator saying, kind of through a gamified interface, this is what this would look like to your end user. And I think that's just a small touch, but it goes a long way in building confidence. If you were to kind of say, okay, well, what if I wanted to set up a watermark? Again, extremely easy. And what we've tried to do is strike a balance between customization and efficiency. So there's not a lot here, but there's kind of a lot here as well. So hopefully you see that and experience that yourself. If we go to reduce waste, you'll see a similar theme. You'll see these gentle, blunt, or clever. These are the categories. Sometimes customers don't want to roll out a harsh policy, like maybe they don't want to force everybody to black and white printing. And so we've kind of taken that into account, and we've offered, some gentle options that are just right there, super easy. And hey, we've even put some clever adaptations in there, like for instance, how often do you want to prompt the user to do two-sided printing? Well, we all know, people are busy, and so prompting them 44% of the time, very specifically, versus all the time might actually result in them being won over to influence their printing versus just being forced to. So when it comes to administration, when it comes to simple to manage, we think we've nailed it. But there's another aspect to that, and that's the end user experience. So getting users into PaperCut Hive is super easy. You can either bring them in from a directory, and we initially started off with some add-ons around Azure, and we're working on Google. There's gonna be a lot more in the future. This marketplace is gonna be full of connectors. But beyond that, we also can just invite users from their email address. So pretty simple. You have a list of emails, which a lot of smaller or maybe medium businesses may not have a formal directory. And so this makes it extremely accessible for those customers. They can just send an invite. And then from the user perspective, it's self-setup. So we do support deployment. So we will support the ability to push it out if users don't have permission. But in this case, let's just say, hey, we want the users to self-setup. It's 3 easy steps. They set up their app or their edge node, they dive into their mobile app for their phone for release, and everything is already tied into their user identity, so it's super, super simple for them to get set up. And then they're basically printing using our Find Me technology. Edge mesh technology. This is the magic tech that really goes into making this product what it is. It is the thing that keeps your print jobs as a customer on site and secure, so that the job goes the shortest path to the printer, but also it ensures that if you need to print through the cloud, you have an option through our cloud node. So it's really kind of the best of both worlds. And I think when it comes to print, it's a very sensible approach to print management. So if you were to look, at the various different options under printers, you'll see that not only do we support, a breadth of different manufacturers, but we also have different levels of embedded app that actually will work on many of these different devices. And so if a device supports a full embedded, then you're gonna get the familiar experience of, copy, scan, print release at the panel. And then if a device maybe doesn't support that, we've still endeavored to add light release. So that's for customers who just want simple print release at the panel. What we've done is we've really brought the insights to the forefront. So it's not just raw data, it kind of brings a story, and it helps you understand where should I address certain issues. So it gives you visibility into the usage trends, something you may be familiar with. Usage over time broken down by various types. You get that environmental impact right on the front screen in a very beautiful format. So you have that visual right in your face. Okay, this is the environmental impact. This is what the difference we've been making with PaperCut Hive in play. We know our top users, top printers, but then at the bottom, I love this, jobs secured, savings, and print convenience. So this is really just saying, I can prove that PaperCut Hive is making a difference. I can prove that the policies I've enacted are actually shifting the culture of the company because I'm seeing that number go up. I'm seeing that green arrow saying 23%, increase, in the sheets not collected, AKA those are jobs somebody never had to print, which means that the organization essentially saved that much. I'm really excited to show this product. PaperCut Hive has been in the works for a long time, and a lot of that focus has been on building a strong platform and foundation. And as I've started to see the intelligence that goes underneath the surface, I'm really glad we put that time in because I think it's going to be worth it to help us accelerate and set some new records in cloud.
Ricoh.